There'll probably be a second before they see us because buffer. But yeah, we're back live. It's being recorded. It's actively being recorded. So X-Pro, thank you, Elon, for adding in another feature that doesn't work worth a shit. See, doesn't that look clean?
Yeah, it does. It looks better than the other version. Damn it. We lost a few people we had.
Well, that's just because of the restart. It'll just restart for them.
Okay. Alright, so I guess we'll get right into it?
We'll get right into it. I mean, this will be uploaded to SoundCloud, Pod, iTunes, whatever.
Okay.
So, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman had a buddy comedy.
Yeah, so Deadpool and Wolverine came out.
And have you seen it?
I have seen it twice already.
Twice?
Yes.
More than once?
Yes.
Okay. Before you get into, do you feel it's better on the first or second watch? First watch? Okay. Do you regret seeing it the second time?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
I'll explain it. Sometimes if I really, really, really like a movie, I like to see it more than once before I give people my full review on it. Because the first time I'm probably going to be biased.
Okay.
I'm openly admitting it. Like, the first time I'm going to be biased. Second time, now that I got all that shit out, now I've seen everything, now I know what's happening, I feel like I can give it a fair review this time. Deadpool and Wolverine came out. First off, clap it up.
You know, every time somebody says first off, I always go to hit them up.
First off, fuck your bitch.
And the click you claim.
That's valid. That's valid. Claps all around for everyone for even making this happen. For even doing this, because they did a lot of things in this movie that I was shocked that they did, but they did it. So Deadpool and Wolverine movie, after the second watch, I can give a fair review. This movie plays like a Discord chat. It plays like a Discord chat. I don't know if you've ever been on Discord or even read it, but when you go on those pages, it's a bunch of people saying, hey, what would this happen? Hey, how cool would it be if this happened? Hey, how cool would it be when this happened and when this happened?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we got. Was a bunch of, hey, wouldn't it be cool if this happened?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like of all the projects that have come out, or this one quote or one idea fits this project entirely, and that's fan service.
Oh, this movie
was all fan service.
It is the greatest fan service movie since Endgame.
It's what Flash tried to do and then failed at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's exactly what Flash tried to do and failed at.
100%. The shit that they hid in this movie, applaud, because I probably would have threw that in there.
Oh, yeah, at least a hint.
Yeah.
At least a hint.
Yeah. 100%.
But they had whole ass actors in there that, like, the fact that you weren't in any of the initial credit scenes is wild.
Promo at all.
Yeah.
Promo at all.
Yeah.
See,
I was legit surprised, which felt good.
Yeah. I was actually surprised by a few of them, and it actually felt good because I get spoiled a lot of shit. It doesn't bother me. But this one, niggas really didn't know.
I didn't know more than me.
They did not know. Okay, so that's one of the people that shows up. We have Gambit. Let's before we get to Gambit.
Like, I don't even know where to begin.
Before we even get to Gambit, I want to say something about this movie that I might get cracked for, but I don't care. There's no real story.
Oh, we can keep it 100. I mean, if you want to start here, out of 10, Deadpool 1 for me, 10 out of 10. Deadpool 2, I'd even give it a 9 to 9.5. This one's like a 7.5.
Damn,
maybe an 8. Oh, well, number one, like you said, like you're already going into,
Yeah.
complete lack of story.
There is no story.
Like, complete lack of story.
No story whatsoever.
Number two, and I kind of went back and watched a little bit of 2. Mm-hmm. I watched 1 not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And the joke creativity, nowhere near the last 2.
I disagree on that part.
If you go back and you watch
I did.
joke creativity,
yeah.
There's a lot of, and I'm not saying Deadpool's not like a sexual joke character, because he is. It's way more sex jokes than it is creative references. The last couple of them, like you get those like Deadpool writing kind of creative references where he's talking about like random, like throwing Golden Girls and shit in the conversation.
Yeah.
This one was it was like you didn't have a good joke, so you made sex jokes.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. There was a lot of that. There was even a lot of that in the promo.
Yeah.
Someone said something that I didn't agree with first, but then I could kind of get it now. It was a gay gentleman online. I didn't know his name. It got retweeted a lot. He said all the gay things that they're showing in the trailers and everything, or it's all like a joke.
Yeah, it felt, and I think that's where the problem is a lot of the stuff in this felt very forced. Like, it felt like there was a lot of points where, like, you didn't have a good joke, but you wanted to tell one anyway.
So you didn't like a lot of the jokes?
It's not that I didn't think they were, like, funny. I just felt like they felt cheap after a while.
Okay.
Like, they didn't feel as creative as the last Deadpool one.
I can agree.
The last Deadpool's felt more like there was more of that madness, and he was pulling from very like creative places, where this one, it felt like, no, you guys are really trying to show that you can get away with a lot of Disney.
Yeah.
And like that is your motivation versus just trying to be funny.
I can agree. There was a few things that happened in this movie that I was shocked Feige let them do. But I knew Feige was just gonna let them cook. Here's the deal. You cannot tell me ever again that Feige don't just let niggas cook. Because Deadpool legit took shots at the MCU.
Yeah.
Straight up took shots at the MCU. I don't know any other company that would let somebody do that.
DC. You didn't watch Teen Titans Go? They just didn't do it rated R.
Yeah, but that's Teen Titans Go. It's a cartoon. So they're like, yeah, whatever.
It's a whole ass movie, too.
No, because it's not a part of the actual DCU universe. Yes, it's a movie. This is a cartoon. But, like, this is the actual universe. And this nigga is saying this.
Well, it's part of the multiverse.
It's still the MCU. It's just the multiverse of the MCU.
They're on 105.
But, like example, like he says, welcome to the MCU. You're not coming at the greatest time.
It's true.
And I wanted to, like, say, hey,
you're not being funny there. You're being honest, not funny.
Yeah, exactly. And so, there's no story. Let's get that out the way. There's no story. You can love this movie. Two things can be true at the same time. You can really, really enjoy this movie. It also doesn't have a story.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like, think of like if you watch like a Dragon Ball Z episode, but you don't finish the saga.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know why the fuck Goku and Piccolo are getting their licenses, but okay, I thought they were fighting the big bad guy.
Like, all right, cool. We're rolling with. One thing that I do like is that, a lot of people were complaining, oh, they're desecrating the Logan movie. Oh, they're ruining it. Then it turns out, no, that nigga died.
This ain't that Wolverine.
That nigga died.
And not only that, but his adamantium skeleton became useful once again.
Yes. He beat the shit out of people with that fucking thing. One of the greatest intros. That's one thing that comes with Deadpool is the intros. The intros have to be great, and this one did not let us down.
I do feel like there was a problem with that scene.
Tell me more.
The TVA scene.
The beginning?
The beginning.
The opening credits?
Yeah, the opening credits. Because you have to think about the fact that it's like, well, this is post-Loki, right?
I don't
know. No, it is. Because Deadpool references Loki Season 1 and old Sister Girl's in charge. She wasn't in charge before.
That's true.
Right? So this is post-Loki. Which means that they now know that the TVA people are variants, right? People who've been kidnapped from other realities. losing that many people as part of your workforce technically means you're gonna have to go and kidnap more variants. Like you have to think about the fucked up system that is.
It seems like they don't have a problem with that. It seems like we're good. Yeah. Remember in this Logan season 2, they were sending niggas out to destroy a universe.
Oh yeah. but that's when the TVA was still being the TVA. Like they now know that they come from different places and that they were kidnapped from those universes. Are you still perpetuating that, Sister Girl?
Yes, they have to. And that's not Sister Girl, damn it. That's not Sister Girl. Oh wait, what's her name from the boys?
Oh, Sister
Sage. Sister Sage.
Yeah,
who's great.
She's not Sister Sage. This is Sister.
I know Sister Girl, Sister Sage, Sister.
Which don't get me wrong. Once again, in this one case, especially, I think it's extra beautiful with the TVA because you went from a black owner to a black owner.
Black businesses. I'm a supporter of black businesses. So even the head guy of the army of the little crew, he's the black guy. Yeah. Yes, I'm all here for black businesses, and I'm glad that they kept that same energy. It was good to see. Was it Todd? From oh my God, not Severance. Oh my God, what's the name of that show? Macaulay Culkin's brother was on it. Succession.
Oh, I didn't watch Succession.
You didn't watch Succession?
No.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I didn't want to watch that show too. It doesn't strike for me at all.
Yeah, white people being rich, you can't relate.
Exactly.
Can't relate.
Until my son started watching it. And my son was like, Succession is fucking incredible. And I was like, it's my fucking son. I'm like, what? So me and the wife gave it a shot. Binged the whole thing. Yeah. It's one of the best written shows ever. Yes, it's about rich white people. But these rich white people are the worst human beings on the fucking planet.
Oh, so it's like a documentary.
Yeah, no, for real. No, for real. Like, it's fucking, like, these guys are terrible people. Terrible people. And Macaulay Culkin's brother is acting his fucking ass off. This man is killing it. And if they decide to recast Loki for some reason, he needs to be Loki. He is so good at basically being if Loki was a human being. Yeah. Like everything about him is slimy. Everything about him is disgusting. So the whole concept is the dad has to give, it's about the kids trying to take over the company, but the dad is an incredible piece of shit. Yeah. Like, fuck all of you niggas. Like, he basically says, fuck my family. Fuck all of you. And it's the kids trying to see how they're going to finagle through this. It's like Game of Thrones, but with rich white people. And, like, one of the brothers is a horrible person, a druggie. The sister is a sellout. She'll sell them out at any moment at all. Like, it's a really good show.
Okay.
But, I
might give it a shot.
Paradox is Todd, the fucking simp of the group. He's a fucking simp. And he is the girl of the siblings. He's her wife. And that's his wife. And he'll do whatever to stay in the company. Like, he is sucking the main dude's dick so badly. Like, he is all like that. So, the siblings don't trust him. They're like, dude, he will sell us out in any fucking moment. And he does. Yeah, any moment. And that's his wife. And then the wife is kind of like, well, we're getting paid. And the brothers are like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I would highly recommend Succession. It's a great show. But Todd, Paradox, that's where he's from. TVA employee, works for the black man. I appreciate it. It was very, very refreshing to see Deadpool in the MCU universe. Even if it doesn't make sense. For example, the movie starts with him trying out for the Avengers. Second time watching it. First time watching it, I was like, wow, this is great. Second time watching it, how does this work?
What do you mean?
How does it work? He's in our universe. No, you're right. But in that universe, he's talking to an Avengers. There's no Avengers in this world.
Well, we don't know that.
No, there isn't, because he didn't even know about it. They didn't know what an Avenger was.
When did he not know what an Avenger was?
In the movie, that's what I'm saying. In the movie, when he goes to TVA, they bring up the Avengers.
Yeah, but remember he went to go interview with the Avengers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He interviewed for the Avengers.
And I think that's what they were trying to say is like, because remember, we have two things are true. Mm-hmm. Number one, prior to this movie, Deadpool knows about the whole multiverse. Because remember, he goes through the he goes back to the Foxers, he kills it even himself, he goes through other universes, he brings other Vanessa. Excuse me.
Is it different universes? He interviewed with the Avengers. Yeah, no, it didn't say it too. He interviewed the Avengers in Earth 616. Like,
do we know that was 616?
Yes. Like, they talk about it and everything. It doesn't make sense. And I looked at other reviews and they were all saying the same thing too. They're like, but while that was cool, it doesn't really make sense.
But he also still had, but that was also before the toupee. So that means he still probably had Cable's timepiece. That was before he gave up and started working at the car place.
I don't even think, no, well, of course, that's when he gave up when he got turned down. But the problem with that is, how did he get there in the first place?
Cable's
he doesn't know TVA, and that's not a time thing. I mean, it's a time thing. It's not
but
he went to.
I mean, did he not go to the universe where he was Deadpool and kill himself? He even killed himself as Green Lantern.
You see, but here's the thing.
But they went out of their way to prove that he wasn't in the same universe because he went and shot Ryan Reynolds while he was reading the Green Lantern script.
That was a gimmick. He didn't do that for this moment because Fox wasn't purchased yet.
Right.
He did that.
They used that moment.
You're right, but it doesn't make sense
because he talks about it. He talks about even after destroying Cable's timepiece, after he went through time and space, which is why.
So he went back in time, and all of a sudden there's an Avengers there.
No, he went through different. Where else did he get a Vanessa?
And it was well, he went back and saved her. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying you're telling me all he had to do was go back in time, and all of a sudden the Avengers are here.
Well, he didn't just go back in time. That's what I'm saying. Is he went to kill Ryan Reynolds reading the Green Lantern script.
What's that got to do with the Avengers?
I'm saying he obviously went to different universes. Or do you think there's just another random Ryan Reynolds in his universe?
This is the problem with Deadpool. This is the problem with Deadpool. We are trying to make sense out of his gimmicks. It doesn't make sense.
Well, that's the point but it doesn't
have
what he already did broke time and space, so he doesn't need it to make sense.
I think they just went over that to make it make sense in the movie. To me, it doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. Because we're trying to make sense out of an obvious gag.
And especially if you know comic books, you know that the only person who has an actual real working time device that's not going to different universes is Dr. Doom. And Dr. Doom didn't make that shit.
Dr. Doom is not in the MCU yet, so we can't do that. We
can't. Every time device is taking another reality.
That's fucking stupid. Then why did Cable come back in time to kill the kid?
Same thing that happened in the Avengers. They didn't go to the same reality where they took the gems from.
Yeah, they did.
They weren't in the same reality.
That's why Cap had to go back and put them back.
What's his name showed? Yeah, to those universes. So Thanos didn't do the same thing. But remember, Thanos came from what? Another universe that they went to. He never came from that universe because guess what? Now you'd create a paradox because Thanos can't be in the future.
That's the name of the guy. The guy's name is Paradox.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing in the Avengers is they went to another reality. That's what the Ancient One is trying to explain.
Look at this shit. Look at us trying to explain this. Deadpool 2 was set in 2018, so after Deadpool 2, he hopped to the. I heard it off. He hopped to the 6th one. All right, nigga. All right, you got it. But
at the same time, here's another thing. Remember when he went and picked up Wolverine, right? What did Wolverine say? Fuck the Avengers. So in
his world, there's an Avengers.
So why?
Because Deadpool obviously didn't have an Avengers.
How is it obvious?
Because he was in the 616 one. With
Wolverine wasn't in the 616.
Oh my god. Okay, let's move to oh my god.
Is that Wolverine in the 616? Because they ain't got no mutants.
Obviously.
You tell me there was an X-Men that died? No, all they're doing is establishing that all these
things
came from different universes.
In the X-Men universe. That was the point.
Well, you saw an X-Men, right? Deadpool, and that nigga said fuck the Avengers.
Yeah, but he's made Avengers. Has he? Oh god, but they're all gimmicks. You see, this is the problem. When someone brought that up, I had to think about that.
Because guess what he has? Fourth wall. He knows of everything.
But the characters don't.
What do you mean the characters?
Deadpool has the fourth wall.
Yeah, so guess where he can go with the time device? Go over universes. He can go wherever the fuck he wants.
This is bullshit.
This nigga killed himself reading the Green Lantern.
She-Hulk went to a different... God damn it, never mind. Anyways, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. But here's the deal. It's Deadpool. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to make sense, in all honesty.
Okay.
It doesn't have to. I think that trying to make sense of Deadpool is weird. Like, even if it doesn't make sense to me, I'm like, but it's Deadpool because also when he went to Paradox, When they were showing pictures of Thor and him, he knew who they were.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Why is Thor crying? Why is Thor
I like
crying?
that. I like how they get so.
You know what, though, I did feel,
What's that?
and it's probably because this movie lacked a story,
Mm-hmm.
there was a better movie in there.
Tell me more.
I feel like there were certain things that I would have done differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, number one, I probably wouldn't have made Paradox the bad guy. I feel like that trying to do that took away from Cassandra Nova.
You think so?
I don't think Cassandra Nova was very well fleshed out. I think it was like, because basically it was like, so what happened? Well, I was born bad. Okay.
I disagree.
And what else? Well, I just like being bad, and I'd rather be bad in this little hole
I
where they
disagree.
put me.
I disagree. She said it. She broke it down. She said they took me right when I got out the womb, dumped me here. I was raised here. Yeah, I'm fucking insane. Yeah, I'm crazy. Why? I was raised in the void. What the homie say? You only learned the darkness. I was born in it. What did he say? Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the bitch is crazy. Like, yes.
I'm not establishing that she was crazy. I'm just saying, like, it just kind of seemed like, well, wouldn't you want to get out? Especially, like, you're meeting all these people who are from out. And she's just like, yeah, I just happened to be born here. I then survived. I got powers. And
Well, she's a mutant.
that's it.
She's a mutant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you telling me that you were taken out of the womb, dropped there, and you survived all the way up?
Yes. There's other people there.
Like, no, like somebody picked up, oh, hey, this little crazy baby. Let's get you
I don't see that. To me, that's a great storytelling. Like someone saying, you know what? I'm going to dump this piece of shit here.
Yeah, and they made a deal with her, too, while they were in there. Which is interesting, because Loki was in the void and Cassandra was nowhere around.
The void's a big place.
Apparently, Lokis and Deadpools are all just a bunch of assholes.
Shit. Okay, so let's get into some of the surprises. Chris Evans. Listen, him saying "flame on" made the whole crowd stand up and cheer
Johnny Storm.
because everyone thought it was going to be Cap.
And let's be real, he was a great Johnny Storm caster.
He was great.
He was a
I
great
told people
Johnny
all
Storm
the time. He was. I will actually say that about those movies. To me, when I went and rewatched it, I was like, "Yo, the cast is killing it."
Yeah.
Sue and Johnny actually felt like siblings. Like, that's always been something that I feel like Fantastic Four stories have lacked. Is that I feel like sometimes Johnny and Sue treat each other like teammates more than siblings.
Yes.
And I felt like the movie did a very good job of establishing
This
that
is my
these are
hot-headed
siblings.
kid
Yes.
brother, and this is my bossy older
Yes,
sister.
like for example, when she had to get when she had to get naked, the guy he was like, "Oh God, what the fuck?" Like, put some clothes on. The fuck is.
Yeah, when the audience is like, "Shut up, Johnny!
Right,
Shut up!"
Right.
You don't speak now, Johnny.
I feel like Evans really let his Boston accent out. There's like, yeah. That rock. I said they made a deal. That rock my shit. It was great because it was a great switch, like bait and switch.
Yeah, it was a perfect bait and switch.
Perfect bait and switch because everybody was waiting for Avengers Assemble. And even Deadpool was like, "Oh, he's gonna say it," and then he said, "Avengers, flame on." He was like, "Excuse me?" He said, "Flame on," and then he took off, and everybody, because nobody in that theater, I don't give a fuck who you are, nobody thought that was gonna be Human Torch.
No, not at all.
Nobody thought it was gonna be Human
Not
Torch.
at all.
You did not. If you think you did, you're lying.
Although they did do one really fucked up thing is, let's be real, ain't no version of Pyro beating Johnny.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised Pyro was able to absorb the flame. When he control flame and can't generate it, let alone absorb it. But at the same time, like, yeah, at least you did pick another flame dude.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that people don't understand about Pyro. Once again, it's burdened with knowledge. I tell people that we are burdened with knowledge because a regular fan isn't going to think about that. They'll be like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Pyro just took the fire." The problem is, and I have to tell people all the time, you are doing Johnny Storm a disservice by assuming he just turns into fire. That is a disservice. And the reason why I say this is that this nigga can go solar. Like, he can go so hot he could destroy the planet. Mm-hmm. Like, Reed has had to tell him a few times, nigga, flame off. Flame the fuck off. Yeah. You're going to destroy the atmosphere.
Yeah. and he doesn't exhaust that quickly unless he's going at Nova.
Yeah.
Like, him just blasting out like that, like, nah, Johnny could do that shit for out. Like, Johnny was a star for a while. Mm-hmm. Like, they used Johnny as an artificial star.
Yeah. Like,
that's how hot and long that motherfucker could burn.
Now, MTF says Pyro should be just as powerful as Iceman. Here's why he can't. Pyro controls fire. He doesn't create it. He can still be burned by it.
Yep. He can control it externally. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like you said, no generation.
Yeah.
No absorption.
Yeah.
He can literally, the fire needs to exist. Mm-hmm. And he can intensify it.
Yeah.
But he can't, like, I mean, all the rest of it is like, no. Mm-hmm. He's nowhere near the level of power of Iceman. Now, if he could generate fire, then you start looking into Iceman level things. Because you got to remember, Iceman's actually slowing molecules over an extreme range. Mm-hmm. Pyro's control is literally limited to what he can focus on, and he's not generating. If he can generate it, then you're talking about, well, now he's intensifying the reactions of atoms. Now he becomes a lot more powerful.
Yeah, 100%. And you know who they're going that route with? They're going that route with Jubilee.
Jubilee's going to glow up.
Yeah, they're saying
Jubilee's
glow up. Much, yeah,
and the cartoon alone was.
Yeah. But I tell people, don't think about her. Don't think of it as her shooting fireworks. That is her shooting, exploding the atoms. She's exploding atoms. Holy shit.
See, and here's but this is what I would do.
Okay.
Movie-wise.
Okay.
Instead of making Paradox a bad guy, because I think that also kind of sullies a little bit of the TVA and what we learned the TVA could do. Mm-hmm. For example, there's no point where the TVA would not notice those beings being in the wrong reality because it immediately creates a branch. Mm-hmm. So, them doing that stuff creates an instantaneous branch. And you imagine after Loki season 2, they should be on it. Like, we are watching these realities more heavily. So I would have liked better if Paradox was just a fuck up. And
I got you.
Like, they put, you know what I mean? Like, Cassandra Nova there. I would have had Cassandra Nova there be there as an adult. Mm-hmm. Potentially even taking from, like, a darker universe or something like that. Where, she's there and she's actively trying to get out. Because having her there in the void where you're like, well, we just keep dumping stuff. And then being like, well, one person is starting to be able to survive. Everybody else goes. Aloth is supposed to be, take anybody out. You either escape the entire void or Aloth's going to get you. Mm-hmm. The idea that you've been here your whole life and you just worked out surviving, I don't know. It doesn't ring as well to me. Like, I would have liked the idea, like, no, we took this dangerous person, and Paradox is like, look, I fucked up. I was supposed to terminate her. I dropped her here. Convince, however you want to pull that off, but then have that, play on that versus saying, okay, well, there's technically two villains. There's Paradox and there's Cassandra Nova.
I think that they were both the same villain because she had a deal with him, not with the TVA. It's just that he happened to work for the TVA.
But how long could they have had that deal then? You know what I'm saying?
Probably a long time.
Like, I mean, did he have that during the like this nigga been operating like this since the Loki days? Because he seemed like I'm just turning.
Well, it seems
to be a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, but it seems
time
like
and all that.
After Loki season 2, they created a new TVA, so he could be one of the people they hired for the new TVA.
Which I then also have a problem with because it's like you guys made it seem like you had a problem of snatching people out of their own realities. And old sister girl who had a big problem with I don't know who the fuck I am and is now running it because she had nothing else, still going by the idea of we're just snatching new niggas and giving them jobs?
Because the TVA needs to exist, that's why. They have a job. And they have to do
still
it.
had employees they could be promoted.
And time is different in the TVA. Exactly. Like it is, and one thing I love, once again, nobody can tell me that nothing is there's no reference to anything else. They brought back the TVA. That's from Loki. They brought back the spaghetti stream of them unraveling reality. That's straight from Loki.
Yeah.
Like, dog, like
the timelines.
Yes.
They talked about the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
And, that was also an interesting thing too. Because we're charged with guarding the sacred timeline. No, you're not. Not anymore. Y'all niggas let that shit flower out.
Uh-huh.
Because remember, that was the whole ending of like Loki season 2. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep all the fucking timelines.
Remember the Secret Wars comic book that we never read? The more recent one, the one that John Hickman made.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like a secret. So I probably
Okay, it sounds like a secret. After Loki season 2, they mainly want to monitor Kang and allow universes to grow. Well, we'll find out later today.
Yeah, so like the whole secret time, like, because you remember they were showing the like stream and timeline and everything. I'm like, is that an old picture?
I get you. You see, but this is what I'm saying where it gets confused. This stuff I noticed the second time I watched. You know, the Secret Wars comic, you know, it was great. It was epic. But it kind of just ended. And, like, they don't even reference it again to this day. And I tell people all the time, Secret Wars was an 8-issue multiverse epic just to bring Miles Morales into the 616.
Yeah.
That was the only big thing that came out of that.
We're going to take the long way.
Yes. The only thing that really came out of it, okay, 2 things came out of it. Miles and the Maker.
Yeah,
that's it.
What about them over?
Yeah, that was it. Those 2. Ultimate Universe niggas. Other than that, everything's been the same.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, it was also a closeout for the Ultimate Universe.
But they brought it right back.
They said it was closed. I mean, not right back. It took them a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
And it's a different Ultimate Universe.
Either way, they could have just not did Ultimate books, and no one would have cared. Nobody really cared because that was back when it was good. But
yeah, it started out great though.
Oh yeah, it did. Of course, and so does this new one. What I will say, this movie was a 2.5-hour way to bring Wolverine in. That's all that this is for.
Yeah.
Was just to bring Wolverine in. To bring a new Wolverine. Because the Wolverine we all know and love was Logan, who died. But now we got a new one. And now we're going to do here. So now we can work with this Logan instead of bringing back the one from the movie that everyone says, oh, you can't desecrate, blah, 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 blah. Well, you can.
He had a great ending.
Yeah. And it's still, like, he's dead.
I still wanted AOA Wolverine to come over.
The storyline build up to Secret Wars was excellent. No, it was. All of it was masterful stuff from Hickman. But when the smoke cleared, all the thing that really came out of it was Miles.
Okay. So, because you talk about bringing people back over, I also thought like there were some like clever jokes that might have been that were missed. Like for example, you notice how Domino wasn't there, right?
Yes.
Even though they brought back like Shatterstar.
Yes.
Like they didn't bring back a few people. Like the fact that they didn't just have like a random arrow over, let's say, Vanisher. You know what I mean? And
I got you.
I would love to have a picture of Domino, and then it'd be like, and the caption, "Luck was not a power, but like a, you know, like rest in peace, Domino. Luck is not a power after all."
That would be cool. There was a lot of.
I felt like the last ones would have been creative in that.
No,
way.
I got you. But there was a lot of one of the things I really wanted to do when I saw it the second time. I wanted to look at the background of Happy's office. One of the coolest things they have on there. Remember the first Iron Man movie where the little kid was wearing the mask?
Yeah.
And they're saying that was Peter Parker?
Oh, you mean the third Iron Man movie, right?
Huh?
Wasn't that the third one where he went to the little?
No, the third one was the Potato Kid.
Oh, Potato Kid.
The first one, it was like Ironmonger was stepping up to this little kid. He was wearing an Iron Man mask.
Yeah.
He was wearing going like this. Well, they have that actual mask on Happy's in his background. They have that mask, and it's covering half of a photo. And on the photo is Feige. I mean, not Feige, but Happy. And he's obviously like got his arms around Peter Parker. But because this is a Sony movie, they can't show Peter. And so that mask is covering.
Nice.
I'm like, I like this shit. Or maybe it was 2. But either way, they're saying that was supposed to be Peter. They never officially said it, but that was still a cool little Easter egg, which I'm pretty sure this movie has more of. But this movie was basically Easter egg the movie, and Wolverine's here now.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. And you know what? I have no problem with that. I have no problem with there being no story. I have no problem with it being fanfare. You know why? Because who cares? Blade is here.
Only one Blade.
Shit. Now things make sense. Because Wesley's been talking greasy on his Twitter page about the Blade movie that's getting fucked up. He's been talking greasy. Well, looks like there's only one Blade. Well, there can only be one Blade. I found out, this nigga just in character.
I mean, here's the thing. Is he wrong right now, though? Because, let's be real. When Blade's pulled back up, it felt right. Even though it's kind of interesting because, you could tell Wesley getting old because, he used to look much bigger.
Yeah. Father Time's undefeated. He still looks great, though.
Yeah, he still looks good.
He still looks great.
Trust me, I do like it, and I wish they would have gone more with the idea that we discussed before.
What's that?
Where it's like you do, if they did the Blade daughter thing, you bring back Wesley as Blade, and you have him training up in, next generation.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're losing, out on Blade. And you can do it for as long as he can he's willing to do the movies, too, because, he's part of the Empire. You just say he ages slowly, and he can still be in the movies with the new Blade, and you're pushing it forward until the audience is comfortable with the change.
And, I agree. And you could basically do the Logan thing with him. I'm getting older, so, he is half human.
Yeah.
So, and he's obviously aged.
Yeah, you just say he's aging slower.
Yeah.
Than you expected. So he still has powers to a degree.
I still have my powers, but I can't move as fast. I'm actually aging. Yeah. It's taken hundreds of years.
Yep.
But we're here now. Yep. And I think that they should have done that, but I don't think they are. And here's the deal. People are saying, Wesley was being a dick about that. I'm going to about the Blade movie, making shots at it, whatever. Here's my take on this. If there's one person on this planet who feels entitled to a character, it's Wesley.
I mean, I think I said it when they announced the new next Blade franchise. It's like, you're not playing Blade, you're playing Wesley's Blade. Let's be real.
The whole entire character became Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
Nigga, when you see Blade, nigga, that's me. That's me.
That's the character I decided he should be and made famous and popular.
Yes.
Before any of this MCU shit got started.
They turned that nigga into me. The only closest thing I can see is Chris Pratt with Star-Lord. Nigga, they turned him into me.
And let's be real, I think that was more along the lines to do with the fact that they already had the MC going, and was probably just a good sales move.
Mm-hmm.
Blade was just so much better than the source material when Wesley did it.
Mm-hmm.
That they said, "Nah, we gonna make him Wesley."
Right.
Why did we even the green blockers in a fucking brown trench coat? Get rid of all that shit.
No fighting skills. He was just a dude with stakes.
Yep.
This is a dude with stakes. Blade, Deadpool. I'll give you Deadpool too.
Well, and also I don't think they didn't change Deadpool
into
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was just really good at Deadpool. That's one of those things where it's also Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. It's well, no, you just pick somebody who fit Iron Man to be it. Wesley said, "I'm not doing any of what that comic version is doing. We're going to do this instead."
Yes.
And it was so much better that they changed the comic books to match it.
Yes.
Completely. From look, the attitude, the skill set.
The little one-liners.
All of it changed.
They made him Wesley Snipes. So, 100%. And like I said, the only closest thing I can really see is Chris Pratt with Star-Lord. Because if you look at Star-Lord before Chris Pratt, that's a completely different character.
he was very different. But like I said, I still also think it was I think that was probably more along the executive decision line of hey, look,
James Gunn.
This is because the MCU was already out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So there is that motivation to say, hey, let's start making some of these characters like the other version a little more. I mean, they gave even Gamora. They changed Gamora in the books to match more of the Gamora, on that. So I think those were more financial decisions. Where Blade was one of those very unique ones. Like Tess said, if there's anybody who should be able to say this, it's Wesley. Because
I agree.
There was no reason, other than the fact that it was this is clearly better.
Yeah.
For them to change that. There was no MCU to match it to. There was none of that.
And the version they're going to use will be based on that movie. He's going to be cool, badass, probably wears leather, has swords. That wasn't Blade before the Wesley Snipes movies.
Not at all.
So, yeah, you're me, nigga. You are me. You are becoming me. I made Blade a black icon. Me. Black people fucked with Black Panther before Bosman, Chadwick. Before Chadwick, people still fuck with Black Panther. I don't give a shit about Blade. He was more a Spider-Man villain than anything. And Spider-Man antagonist than anything. And different things like that. That was more from Gunn than the actor. Yeah, I guess. The only element I add is the British accent. Yeah, I would give that too. Even though I think it would sound weird. Like, I don't want Blade doing all that kicking and shit and then turn around and be like, poppycock.
Poppycock.
Poppycock. Hello.
Just took you out like some biscuits and tea, bitch.
The bloody binoculars.
Hi, I'm from the East Side Massive.
That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good accent. But, yeah, it was great seeing Blade. Jennifer Garner looks great.
You know, I'll probably say out of that group, the people that they brought back, Jennifer Garner looks like she literally just left the set of the previous
100%. She looks great.
Like, I did not think, like, yeah, I was like, you know what? Other than the movie being bad, like, I remember thinking, like, it wasn't, like, it's not like she did look bad, decent in the role. Like, you look good in the role.
Yeah. Jennifer Garner, when she came out, what was good about her was she was built like an Amazon. Like, back then, most female actors, they were very petite, very girly, you know, all of that. And then Jennifer Garner showed up in Alias, and she is, like, her body was like what you would think a real Black Widow assassin would be.
Yeah.
Like, and she still has that. Like, she looked great to me. I was like, wow. Like, she looked fresh out. And they had some funny moments where he was like, I'm sorry about Daredevil. She was like, I'm cool with it. I think that went over a lot of people's heads. That was, that was her ex.
In both ways.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why he was like, sorry about Daredevil. She was like, I'm okay. I'm not German.
Not German at all. Then you also had probably the funniest but most awkward casting, because let's be real, all the masks that Wesley lost, it looks like Gambit game.
Yeah. Channing Tatum finally, 10 years later, finally able to portray as Garner had the action shots from Aliens. This is good because she did a lot of little foo-foo movies after this, so you wonder if she still got it. Yeah, she spent a long time learning how to do the size, and she still has it. Like I said, I was happy with what I saw. Channing, I want to ask you first. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it in actual casting, terrible, but it was funny.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was funny. But it's like,
you didn't like it.
You do not look like it. Looks like they bought the suit like 2 sizes down for you.
What you mean?
It looked horribly like the headpiece there. Like, bro, like Gambit looks like he'd be a more slim, sneaky kind of like slim motherfucker, and this motherfucker looked way too brolic. And then it felt like his ice.
Not look, bro.
It was like, bro, like, no, this ain't it.
Shit.
But then on top of that, it felt like every line he delivered was like a bad voiceover and a joke.
He sounded
like, it didn't feel like he was saying any of those lines.
He sounded exactly like Gambit does in the cartoons. He sounded exactly like
it. But it didn't sound like it was coming out of his mouth. It sounded like a bad voiceover. Like,
the accent, no, it wasn't. He went to an actual, like...
I didn't say the accent was horrible.
I
said when you look at him, it doesn't sound like it's coming from his mouth.
What?
It sounds
How
like
does
a
that
voiceover. You don't watch Japanese movies?
Of course. She said it was a voiceover?
It looked like it felt like it was like French dub.
Oh my God, French dub.
It felt like
a Cajun dub. I thought he did great. He's actually Cajun. He has a Cajun background. He took like training on how to speak with the Cajun accent. I thought he did good. The women liked how he looks. That sounds
Really?
like Gambit. The only problem I have is the brother.
It felt like it was more of a joke, and he looked ridiculous to me. Like, he looked way too big to be Remy LeBeau.
I will give you the
Like,
size thing.
like, he looked like he ate rogue.
I will and beast, but I'll give you that he is brolic. I'll give you that.
It looked like, especially because he had like Blade there and like Jennifer Gardner, and it's like, okay, both of you were like,
You got this huge
ass
ass Gambit.
like, you got a big ass Gambit. And shit. It's like, none of what you're wearing looks like it, especially because his head is so wide, and then you have the like head part of it, and I'm like, it didn't look good.
Hey, Marvel, MCU.
But it was funny.
It was great. If we decide to finally bring, when we decide, to finally bring, the X-Men into the MCU with Gambit, we don't need the headpiece.
We don't need it. I think the headpiece could work, but you can't put it on a round head.
I just don't think. I don't think it looks good.
It has to be. It needs to be more slimline.
I don't think it's necessary.
Which is interesting. Which I thought, yeah. And I thought it was funny too, because I'm like, where the nigga was in that John Carter? Where was the last Gambit at? He couldn't make the movie. Taylor Kitsch.
He was there. Oh, let's talk about bad Gambits.
Yeah,
he was fucking terrible.
Well, that would be funny. Is he should show up and Channing Tatum should kick him out. Like, come here.
This way.
Let's go. Hey, what happened to the other Gambit? What do you mean? Especially because they made the joke about like, I just woke up here.
No, you're right. One thing this movie has done,
the accent was comically strong. It was.
You didn't fuck with the headpiece?
I don't mind the headpiece in general, but it did not work on Channing.
I don't know if it would work on anybody. Like, the whole, I'm a big fan of saying not everything on paper works as well in live screen.
I can tell you this. Go down to Comic-Con and they will tell you otherwise. They will show you otherwise. Because there's motherfuckers at Comic-Con that made that headpiece work. Made the whole Gambit look work.
Maybe so. Made
the whole Gambit look work.
Maybe so. What I'm saying is, I would be okay if he doesn't have a headpiece. Yeah, like, if they decide not to do it, I'll be like, whatever.
No, I mean, if you can make it look good.
But I think it looked okay, not good, but I feel that way too. But either way, I was glad to see him. If we don't get him back ever, I was at least glad that he was able to do this because he fought for this role. Like, y'all don't understand. He fought for this. How Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool, he was like that with Gambit.
Yeah.
And he fought for that shit.
Yeah. And he died.
And
now he's dead.
Did he die?
Yeah. He got him, Blade, and Jennifer Gardner got their ending. Laura survived.
How did Laura survive and not them?
I don't know. How Shatterstar there, but not Domino. Domino, Vanisher,
if you want to know
the throw up kid. I forget what the kid said.
I forgot the anarchist or something like that.
Yeah, I forget. I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah, I got you.
But it looks like his name would be like Slipknot or something weird.
And he did get busy. Exactly. He looked fucking great.
No, the fight scenes using the cards and stuff, I think were good.
Yeah,
especially because I love how they gave both the cards and the staff. For the fighting.
So
he had the staff and he had the cards.
That's a part of Gambit.
I thought that was great.
And so they put more respect on his name than fuck Shatterstar. Yeah, TVA took them back. So okay, that makes sense. So now they can show up in other things. Laura needs to just
TVA took them back.
Laura, yeah, I do remember that.
I thought Aloth came and got everybody there.
I think that they rescued everybody, but they put Laura in the same universe. Listen. This is gonna be controversial, but I don't give a shit. Make Laura Wolverine. Make her Laura Wolverine.
She's not.
I like that answer. I like that answer. Just make her Wolverine. Whoever you get as Wolverine, that's a man. Nobody's gonna like him. Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "Where's Hugh?"
No, they can like him.
I disagree.
They already showed what they could do to make him like him.
What's that?
Henry. People like Henry.
Hey, listen, man.
People like Henry.
Listen. When I saw Henry, because I knew he was gonna be in it. I knew for a while. When I saw Henry, I was like, "Deadpool, please do it." You're not gonna do it though, but do it. I want you to do it.
That's funny.
And then they did it.
You know,
you gotta say, "Hey, yo, fuck them niggas over there."
Facts.
I was like, Deadpool, you gotta say that. If one nigga can say it, it's Deadpool. Sure enough, Deadpool was like, this just feels right. You being here, this just feels right. And he was like, look, man, we'll treat you better than those guys over there, man.
You know what's funny is I thought that they were gonna take a left, and you know who I thought he would have looked probably pretty good as?
What's that?
I thought, especially after I saw Johnny Storm, I thought he would be Cap.
Of course.
I think he would. I think he would probably be a good fit for that role, especially having previously been Superman.
Yeah.
And you give him the actual Boy Scout.
Now, MTS says, come on, Tass, I know. It's not going to happen. But it's going to be money from the Bear. It probably should be him. It probably should be him. I said Scott Can. You know Scott Can, right? Like, if I showed you a picture of him, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, probably.
Remember the Ocean's 11 movies?
Yeah.
Remember the brothers?
Yeah.
The blonde one.
I think I remember.
Yeah, type it. His dad passed away too, and he looked good, bro. Who looked good? Cavill.
Oh yeah, Cavill looked good. Oh him, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he's 5'5". He's hairy.
Comic accurate Wolverine.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yes. Even though,
God, he's pretty old now.
he's Wolverine.
I didn't know how old he was. I'm just looking at it. It's weird when you start to realize how old some of these motherfuckers is. I just didn't know.
It's pronounced like Khan. You want to hear something crazy about Scott Khan?
What?
Him and the Alchemist grew up together, and they used to have a rap group, and they have an album when they were kids. They're called the Hooligans,
That's a good name.
and they have a rap group. They were a rap group. I was like, goddamn, Alchemist has been in the trenches with his hip hop shit. Like, he's been doing this forever.
That's cool.
Two rich white boys, two rich Jewish white boys who just love the culture. It was just out there. And people are like, oh, they're blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's exactly what Eminem was doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Eminem was doing.
Eminem was just doing it in a trailer and broke.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ooh, that new Eminem album. Ooh.
Well, no, that's... Bro. We got to remember what the kids these days tell you. Nobody listens to Eminem. Nobody bumping Eminem.
Ah, shit.
Eminem,
I love it when they say that.
Eminem was highly overrated.
I love it when they say that because the numbers do not reflect this. The numbers do not reflect this.
That's just what fake.
That fake news?
Yeah, fake. That's all that
yeah, they bought bots, just like I guess Kendrick did.
Oh yeah, bots. There you go.
Yeah, the bots.
Yeah. Bots are
goddamn. Eminem and Lil Wayne still rapping at this caliber at their age is insane. Like, nigga, how are you still rapping like this at like 52, 53? Like, nigga,
because if not, they shouldn't be in the GOAT conversations. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, when you start talking about like people who could really do it, they've been doing it for a long time. Like I guarantee you, there's certain people you can handle mic. I mean, people, and I don't think he gets enough of the current conversation. But those who know, like LL, they handed a mic to LL not that long. Like I think it was only a couple mics a month ago. It was like, hey, just bust a quick freestyle real quick, and the internet was like, oh, what? All the new kids like, who is this guy? And it's like, oh, bro, LL been doing this for a long time.
Don't get it twisted. LL will still get on the mic and flame that bitch. Do not get it twisted.
Yeah. There are certain people who...
LL getting ready to drop something, too. Like, he's getting ready to drop something, like, in a few months or so. But, like, I'm all for old niggas coming back to let people know shit still ain't sweet. Nigga, I still can do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, Nas does it. Eminem does it. And Eminem somehow seems to be getting better. Like, dog, how are you still rapping at this caliber? At this age? Like, that's insane. There needs to be there's a small group of old niggas still out here showing you they still got it. I say Eminem, Nas, is Lil Wayne. I don't think he's old enough to be considered there because I don't know if he's old enough.
Yeah, when he finally changes his name to just Wayne.
He'll always be Lil Wayne. He'll always be Lil Wayne. Calvary looked great. The rap Expendables. No, seriously. Black Thought.
Most Def.
Most Def, yes. Talib too, even though I don't like Talib. Yeah. He's been a dick lately. Talib. I can't even say Hove. Hove don't really rap. Like, he just sticks his head out every now and then. Pause. Yeah.
40? E40?
40. There's a list of all niggas who are still... Tech.
Tech, yeah.
Tech.
And Tech, one of those, like you said, like Eminem, where it's like, I feel like you've gotten better.
Yeah.
Like, you stay improving.
That album was great. It was a concept album. People are like, oh, it's so offensive. And yeah, it is. That's the point of the album. That's the point, is that the older, more mature Eminem has stopped doing the Slim Shady shit. Let's talk about the Hall H predictions. We'll get there, nigga, damn.
Yeah, and we kind of... if we need to run over, we can run over, too. I'll let Sharon and stuff know.
Oh, well, it's not till 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not till 6.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to do it later, but, like, yeah, it's not till 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was going to do a space on Twitter until they take that away.
Well, no, they'll just make you have to pay for it.
Fucking fuck. Calvary looked great. Maybe that was a beginning. But before we get Calvary, before we get Calvary, we gotta have Logan, Captain America, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Like, that's going to happen. It's going to happen, and if they don't get Tobey, it's going to be Miles. Something I thought that was interesting. Marvel at the San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel has this giant, like like graffiti,
digital,
like it's not digital. It's like a big like display. That's what I mean. I'm trying to think of the right word. Display. They have this display up, and it says Marvel on it, and it has it says Marvel on it, and it has a bunch of the stuff that Marvel is presenting throughout it. It has the movies in it. Deadpool's smack in the middle.
Yep.
It has the movies in it. Movie characters in it. It has some video game stuff and a little bit of comic book stuff, but it's mostly the MCU shit. Of course, that's their main bread and butter. Yeah. And of course, since it's considered MCU, Peter Parker is not on there. No Spider-Man is on there. Well, let me take that back. There is a Spider-Man. Miles is there. Front row. I find that interesting. I found that very interesting.
You don't think Spider-Man's a big character?
Here's the deal.
Miles is Spider-Man.
I mean, he is. I just found that interesting. Because, you know, people can say, oh, this and that. Oh, there's that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Why is Peter not there? Why, all jokes aside, why is Marvel's #1 character not there?
Because
if go ahead. Isaiah says very interesting. No, seriously, this is a serious question. It got me thinking, because that's weird. That was noticeable to me. That Peter's not there, but Miles is. What did they announce the new Spider-Man live-action movie? Here's the deal. It got me thinking about contracts. MTF, you know about contracts. Contracts can say anything. What if Sony's deal was, we get live-action Peter, we get live-action Spider-Man, but as Peter? Because when they got the rights, the only Spider-Man was Peter. So their shit is just Peter.
Which would be interesting, because why would they be letting Sony take all of that energy with the cartoons, the animated, if they only own live action?
You're right, but since they own the rights to all the characters, they could do something like that. That's why they're able to do it.
Is it a movie contract, or is it?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a live action movie.
Because
I'm thinking so.
They wouldn't have, then the Miles thing would be hard. They would be paying out to do that.
What do you mean?
Well, because if their contract is for live action, are you saying like they have, like, only for Peter they have a live action?
Yes.
Contract?
Only for Peter.
Because they're using the other associated characters for live action, and then they're doing Miles in animated.
But here's the deal. Yeah.
My thought was, I thought they had a movie. Like, they can't do a show, but I thought they could do movies with Spider-Man associated characters.
If Kraven and Venom get a bad rep, well, I can't speak for Venom because for some reason y'all niggas like Venom.
People do like Venom.
For some reason y'all like those movies.
And the next movie's looking like it's going to be like just like the first.
Yeah. Even with the scene with him.
Empty, my people are coming.
I was like, yeah, we're doing this again? And then he's on the horse, and the horse jumps, and he had to stretch out to reach. I was like, so like the motorcycle. From the movie. No, but for real, like, it's a licensing deal, 100%. But I'm wondering if it was only for Peter. I'm wondering if it's only for Peter and the characters that existed when they got Spider-Man, when they got the rights to Peter Parker. So that would mean Venom. That would mean all the bad guys they're doing. Miles was not created when they signed those deals.
Right.
So I'm wondering if there's a loophole.
And that's why I was like, but what about the Across the Spider-Verse stuff? Just because Sony's done two movies.
A cartoon.
But they're movies.
You're right, but here's the deal: Marvel, Disney could do a Spider-Man cartoon right now.
Or did they license Miles to them, or does Sony hold some sort of deal to be able to just use Miles? Because if not, Marvel would have had to green light that.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
Know what I mean? Like,
I think Sony can't use the live-action version of Peter Parker outside of Holland. I get that. No, that's not true. That's not true. Because those other movies that were made, those are made by Sony. They own that.
And
that's their movies.
And Marvel also, I was going to say, because Marvel also used Toby and Andrew.
Yeah. It's also the same reason why Blade will never be on Disney Plus. Those are WB movies. WB made those. WB could sell them to Disney, but never why.
Oh, for money?
Why?
No, they won't sell it. They'll lease it out though.
I don't think Disney. I mean, that's true. I don't think Disney's gonna do that. I don't think so.
I do.
You think so?
I do.
Because why haven't they already done it?
Because they have enough content. And they've been doing it with other. I think they've been pulling in content left and right. But I think eventually, look, even HBO and WB and all of them are licensing some of their shit out to other places. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Netflix be picking up all those.
Because for 8 years they haven't used another Peter Parker. Well, yeah, because Marvel's making these movies for them. MCU. Disney's making these movies for them. And the whole concept is, but we get him when we do Avengers and shit.
Yeah.
We get him, and we keep merch money. And a lot of people say that's a bad deal. I'm like, then you don't know how this works. Spider-Man sells more merch than movie tickets. And when people think merch, they only think action figures. No. Everything. Backpacks. School supplies. Everything. Y'all thinking action figures. I'm thinking everything. Wallpaper. Things that you just have in your house that's Spider-Man themed. All of that. Plushies. Figures. All of it. Easily billions of dollars. Spider-Man is the #1 selling comic book character in the world. In the world. That's just facts. The Holland Spider-Man deal is separate from the main Spider-Man deal. Exactly. It's been a decade and they should use another Peter Parker to strengthen their other universe. Underwear. Yeah. T-shirts. Cloth. Towels. Beach towels. Disney gets all that. It's a lot. It's a lot of shit. It's been a decade. They should use another Peter Parker. Why? Why? Like, if you could give me a justifiable reason, why? I'll roll with it. But so far, they don't have to do that. No Way Home made, what, $2 billion? Or at least close to it.
Yeah.
Why make another one? We're not DC. What do you want us to make 2 Batmen? With 2 different Flashes?
Batman.
Outside of the MCU. But why? Like I said, why? I think that Sony should rock with Holland's Peter. Yeah, 100%. Why? Let me give you an example. There was the Flash TV show because Sony can't salvage another failure. Well, what they need to do is just stop making movies nobody is asking for.
What?
That seems like an easy start. He said Sony can't salvage another failure. Well, let's start with not making movies that people are not asking for. Let's start there. Let's kick it off.
Second, make them good if you're gonna make them.
But it doesn't even matter. Here's the deal. Craven could be fucking great. Highly doubtful. But it could. No one's watching it. Nobody's gonna watch it. Why? Because it's fucking Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why they should use their own version. I think they're limited without Marvel Studios. They are not limited. Their one film is making more than numerous Marvel MCU films combined. Like, Avengers Endgame had to make a pot of everything and throw it in there to make those numbers. No Way Home didn't.
No, Spider-Man is a huge franchise.
Mm-hmm.
The big problem over at Sony, though, is that Sony films have been in decline for years, aside from the Spider-Man stuff.
This is true.
So
Spider-Man's keeping
right now,
almost single-handedly keeping them afloat.
I mean, they need Spider-Man more than Spider-Man needs them.
Did they make that money without Marvel Studios, though? They're not going to make that money without Marvel Studios, and they know it.
Yeah,
they're not going to. No one is. Nobody is.
And they'll make good money. They'll make better money than they're making on most of their films now, anyway.
Yeah.
But at the very same time, like, yeah, I mean, people know the quality of the other movies.
Yes.
It's just not there.
People
they need to maintain that partnership.
I'll explain it like this. Michael Keaton coming back as Batman was great. He did great. He also looks great as Beetlejuice. It's like he looks like he just filmed the first Beetlejuice yesterday.
Beetlejuice he can do that, man.
Hey, that's a good Beetlejuice. I was laughing so much. I was sitting next to my son, and I keep forgetting how young he is. When we were watching Deadpool, they had the Beetlejuice trailer.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And my son is looking. He says, "Is that Michael Keaton?" I was like, "My dear son in Christ, that's the guy."
The same guy played Beetlejuice first time.
Yeah.
You remember the Beetlejuice cartoon and shit too?
It's great.
Dude, Beetlejuice was like, I almost forget Beetlejuice was a thing until I started to remember, like, oh no, he was a whole ass thing. I love that cartoon too.
Cartoon was great too.
Love the fuck out of that cartoon.
Sony needs to make great movies, especially when the X-Men get their movie.
I
was gonna say real quick, no they don't. No they don't. They can sit back, relax, not use any of their resources, and just let MCU make it.
Yeah.
Why would I spend anything? That's not how business works. This nigga right here says he will do everything for free. All he wants is merchandise.
Oh, not even free. At cost to them. Because they're using their resources and their things. They're not getting paid for it.
Yeah. No, you're right. We're spending our own money to make a movie that you're going to make billions off of.
Because you guarantee the Marvel side of the house ain't cheap.
Yeah. And to... do you guys think they'll still do spin-offs?
No, Sony will still do spin. Sony is going to milk that puppy until it's dead. So,
I think they need to make different spin-offs. Another reason why I think that there might be a clause that they could use Miles, MCU.
It might be. Yeah.
Why haven't they made a live-action Miles by now?
And see, that's where I'm curious of, like I said, the rights to Miles overall. Like, if you don't, is Marvel licensing you guys out for those cartoons? Because that's the only way that works if they don't own Miles.
Exactly, and you're right. An animated Spider-Man 2099 film will be out of it. Hell, it doesn't even need to be animated. You seen the Blade Runner films? The last Blade Runner?
Hey, let's be real. And guess what? If you get Oscar Isaacs, who did the voice already for $29.99, if he does a live action, you talking about money.
Miguel O'Hara?
People like Oscar.
I think it's done at the Venom and Craven. Nah. They need to. Here's what I think Sony might do, and we might get this announcement today. We want to talk about what we might get announcements for. They might just let Marvel just take over that. Like, look, nigga, y'all just handle that. Because obviously we don't know what we're doing.
So instead of just Earth 616, Earth SONY?
No, just make everyone in the 616. Why is Spider-Gwen in the comics now in the 616? I've been thinking about that for a while. That makes no sense. Unless...
Think they're bringing them all over?
It makes sense if you're doing it that way.
Well,
if you're doing it that way, yeah. I'm game. And look, Secret Wars is coming. We don't even need to do an origin. This bitch is from over here. This nigga's from over here. They're here now. Nobody's gonna be like, hey, wait. Hey, wait. Nobody's gonna say that. Those words are never gonna come out of anybody's mouth. We already know what time it is with Miles. We already know what's going on with him.
Yep. You already know he's in a part of a multiverse.
Yes.
You know that he deals with people on part of the multiverse.
Yeah, Oscar is getting up there in age. They can find a new Latino little young kid or like someone in the middle.
Well, I thought part of the $29.99 is that we didn't see him as a kid. He was been in the.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But
and let's be real, it's Sony, so they probably only gonna do one movie.
Hey Siri, how old is Oscar Isaac?
45?
45? That's not bad. That's around the same age. I don't know. Speaking of Secret Wars, I think the MCU X-Men will come from another time. Well, yeah. I mean, they've already shown that. That's where Monica is. That's exactly where Monica is. Unless they pull in Eternals. Well, Feige has said we're not going to see Eternals for a minute, and I get it. The movie did not meet the expectations that they wanted. True, there was COVID, but
which is even harder because you do have some names that require a lot of money. Like, I don't think Angelina get out of bed for less than $20 million.
You think he's playing coy? He could, but why would he do that with Eternals? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, also Eternals. I don't think Eternals really fits anywhere that requires a part 2 versus being able to bring some of them into other movies. I think that's probably a better flex because one, budget-wise, I mean, you do have, like I said, it's got to be an expensive movie that wise. Mm-hmm. Two, I mean, how many real Eternal stories did you have?
Yeah.
So I think bringing them into other movies is a better flex.
Eternals, no, you're right. Eternals made more money than the Marvels. We gotta stop saying that because to do that is to ignore that there was a strike.
No.
You would have to. That would be the only way to make your argument sound better.
And let's also keep it 100. Miss Marvel's already got $1 billion movie prior to that. Kamala Khan had one of the highest rated Marvel projects from the TV series, if not the highest, through their run. So they're both proven moneymakers who, like Tess said, came in at a bad time.
Yeah.
You know, with that movie. So it's like, I think, versus Eternals, who had one movie and then had the reception that they did overall, which wasn't nearly as good as expected. So I think that the Marvels has a little bit more to stand on.
I agree. And it was, you know, people liked it once they actually watched it. People liked it. I'm still mad at everyone who didn't watch it in theaters. I don't want to hear your excuses. I could care less.
The Marvels?
Yeah. That's a big fuck you to all y'all who didn't say it. I love you, but fuck you. For that one. For that moment, yeah, fuck you.
I love you, but fuck you.
It sounds like a song.
It is.
It probably is one, ain't it?
Yeah.
But no, for real,
because sex song.
Because I'm mad that y'all did that with that film. If y'all would have done that with Quantumania, okay. Y'all would have done that with Guardians, okay.
Yeah, Quantumania kind of deserved that smoke. just because of Jonathan Majors. Like, I get that.
Okay.
Like, I get where people would have picked a movie to, like, hate on, regardless of its quality. Because you're like, hey, look, Jonathan Majors did this shit, I can hate on it. Yeah. Where Brie Larson, I think, gets an unfair amount of hate.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
not, yeah.
I feel like if any movie you guys could have picked Quantumania because of the Jonathan Majors stuff.
Even though they didn't know about it.
Because I would say, like, both qualities of movies weren't bad.
Yeah.
But both got hate and had external.
But the problem with I mean, at least people watched Eternals and then hated. Niggas didn't even watch the Marvels. No, and we're hating on it. And that's why I said I'm mad that y'all did that with this movie. We got a black woman to do it, to direct it, did a great job. We get an all-female cast from all over. We got a white woman, a black woman, a South Asian girl, South Asian family, mostly people of color. Even the bad guy was black. The guy from the Singing Planet was Asian. Lots of people of color. Lots of DEI.
DEI, damn.
A lot of diversity hires. And then people didn't go see it. So now...
It was too woke.
Yeah, now all the incels now feel justified.
Yep.
They feel justified.
It's true.
They're like, you see? And I can't even argue with them. I can't. You know why? Because the numbers didn't lie. I can't. I can say, oh, well, that was because... No, doesn't matter. Niggas just straight up didn't see it. And that's facts. You knew that shit was out. You weren't broke. You just didn't go see it.
Yeah.
And, okay, you didn't go see it, but fuck you. Fuck you. I'll say it to your face. Fuck you for that.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. That was bullshit. I don't want to hear your excuses. To care less. Because, nigga, it's just 2 hours out of your day. Actually, it was short. It's like an hour and a half. You ain't got an hour and a half, my nigga? Nigga, if I would have get into an argument with the wife just so she could get mad, I'd be like, I'm leaving. You know how many times I've gone to movies to do that? I thought I was start a fight. Just want to be like, man, fuck you. I'm like, oh, this house is so hostile.
Oh, you make good food again. Oh, you make good food.
Oh, shit. All right. And one thing about Mexican women, they never say they're sorry. But they make you a meal, and they make the meal, that's the way they say sorry.
Is there sorry in Spanish?
It's a myth. It's a myth. They gotta wait. Quantumania did more for the MCU than a lot of projects, but people will realize that soon. Did it? Huh. Think about it. Did it? There's a lot of things in there that people miss. For example, remember when Scott was chasing after the Thing and they were making all those different Scotts? Well, some of them are dying. They're turning to string. That's been the thing with the timeline. Things turn to spaghetti.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing, is like they realize that there's the degree of shrinking that allows for the passage of time. That's what they had to do in the, what's it called? Endgame. Mm-hmm. Remember? They shrank down?
Yeah. It all makes sense. Like, there are little things like that I don't think people are catching because they're too busy hating or whatever. But, they're already establishing that Monica's in the MC in that universe. I think that's good because when we do get the X-Men movie, I think she's going to be a part of it. I think she's going to be cast in it. And I think she's going to be like the Han Solo, the new person in this world. The new person here who doesn't know anything, and they're showing her the ropes.
Which is weird because I would have assumed that they would have done that with Kamala since they went out of their way to make her a mutant too. Mm-hmm.
You know what's going to be fucked up? Is that we might have a female president whose name is spelled the same way as Kamala's. But her version is Kamala.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to be fucked up because it's like,
So you can call her Kamala.
Kamala and Kamala. Kamala and Kamala. But I think she'll be the link between that universe and Secret Wars. I agree. I do agree. With Miss Marvel, we need her for Young Avengers. though. We need her. Which I'm feeling like we're gonna get an announcement today.
No, so I'd say we could also use her on new X-Men.
When they get over here, sure.
When they get over here,
yeah. Eventually, all of this is gonna come together.
Are they? Oh, I was gonna say, get over here. Or are they gonna?
They're gonna combine. I'm calling it right now.
Incurge.
We're going to get an Avengers versus X-Men. I'm calling it now. We're gonna get Avengers versus X-Men because why are we getting Avengers versus X-Men? We need to outdo Endgame somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah, but heroes can't beat without fighting. It's just the way.
This is true. It's the Marvel way.
I mean, let's be real.
It's the Marvel way.
If you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, what they did, and shout out to the Honda Odyssey.
I like how it still moved after the fight.
Oh, he's not even just moved, drove into battle. Oh,
I'm scared for this November. Why? Why are you scared in November? What's coming on in November that we should be scared about? The Fox team and the new cast. I think it might be the Fox. I think it's going to be the cartoon team.
What?
Because most of the X-Men are dead.
Oh,
and Logan's
you mean cast? Like, you talking about people coming back? Dead and Logan?
No.
Well, you have to remember, there are different worlds. So the majority of the X-Men aren't going to come from Dead Logan's world or Deadpool's world. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You do have... Because remember, in Deadpool's world, that's also not that Wolverine either, because Peter's still alive. Peter Rasputin.
Uh-huh.
Old boy Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he was at the final dinner. You know, so...
The final dinner.
Well, yeah, I mean in the movie, Peter's there. Like, so, in Deadpool's world, the X-Men are still there.
Uh-huh.
But you also have to remember that there are also the Fox X-Men there with, like, the older looking... But they do have one tie. Because Kelsey Grammer is still Beast in both universes.
This is true.
So it's very possible that, we could say that.
But he looks better on that word.
Yeah, he looks better when one universe he works out.
Yeah.
He
he's scared for the election. I wouldn't be.
Oh,
I
am terrified for election.
I'm not anymore.
Let's be real. Trump's setting himself up like he getting shot. at rallies already, like,
and that has already gone away. Like, nobody cares anymore. Like that, they've been talking about that on Fox News,
and that's the problem.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. What's he gonna do next?
Oh, I tell you exactly whatever he's doing, it's not working. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
whatever he's doing, it's not working.
What would the rich white man do next if it's not working?
It's not. He's gonna keep trying.
Something more extreme. That nigga crazy. Bro.
Okay, but the problem is that's not gaining him followers. And that was one of the things. The assassination attempt, which I'm loving all these videos coming out from, like, actual snipers saying, nah, son.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, son. Nah.
You know it's bullshit.
Nah.
But here's my only problem is that, very much like you, I was there back in, what was it? Was it 2018?
Yeah.
When he got
2016.
2016. And I think we talked about it on this show. There is no way in hell that with everything coming out, all the bullshit, all the shit that he's saying and being caught saying, that he is going to beat Hillary. And you know what? That nigga became president.
What's the difference between then and now? How long ago? 2016?
2016.
So it's 8 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the difference? People are even more separated than they were when he got into office.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, the right and left are much harder. Like, think about right and
left.
I'm
going to shut you down right now, but get your shit off.
Go ahead.
Okay. Kids are older now, and guess what they lived through? They lived through that bullshit.
Yeah.
They lived through him saying, "I'm taking your rights away if you vote for me." Why do you think that Trump is scared for another election? Why do you think that he said we should raise the age of people? You know why? Because young niggas are going to get him out of here, and he knows it. He knows it. He knows these young people, these young women who are being told, oh, you have no control over your body anymore. In this woke economy? You think they're going to be okay with that? But also, what a better way for the kids to be like, I was a part of history. I helped a black woman get into office.
I see you're very Californian.
Talk to me.
In a lot of these filler states, where a lot of the biggest birth generation of them boomer niggas, there is a lot of them niggas is still alive and still able to vote. The younger generation doesn't have that level of number, but they're loud. Like, we didn't have birth rates increase like that. Birth rates have slowed since the boomer generation.
Also, the Swifties are going to get involved. Okay. And the Bayhive.
Have a very
and the Bayhive.
They could be confused because kids
they're not confused.
And guess what? Her boyfriend plays for a team that's red.
And here's the deal. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. But to me, this is serious. Because if you read Project 2025, nah, we can't be doing all the memes and gifs and all that. Nah, what they're planning on doing? Oh, we're past that. Nah, no more of this. No more. It was fun for a while. They're not having fun anymore. Look at what that nigga just said yesterday. And that's another thing. Everything this nigga is saying is pissing off even Republicans. Even Republicans are like, all right, bro. And I was fucking with you. He just said, I'm getting rid of voting. I'm getting rid of it.
Yeah, and guess what? This nigga was spouting out crazy shit the first time. That's what's scary about it.
He did not start an insurrection. I'm telling you, so much has changed from when he first got elected. People thought it was funny. People thought it was cool. Then, millions of people died in COVID. Then, he said, oh, there's good people on both sides. Then the economy went to shit. Like, he fucked it up so badly that he lost. Someone made a good point. He has never won an election. He has been, numbers-wise, he's never done that.
True.
That's a fact.
Which is even more wild that he became president. And that's my worry, is that I remember very much this nigga's spouting bullshit. This nigga's getting caught up for shit left and right. This motherfucker's saying wild, crazy shit. And niggas still put that nigga in office.
Yeah.
And there's niggas who still support that nigga to this day.
There's two reasons for that, I would say. One, the Bernies. The Bernie niggas. Bernie or nothing. So many people did not vote for different reasons. For that, and they were mad because Obama, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. A lot of people didn't vote. A lot of people didn't vote because they're like, there's no way this dude is going to win. There's no way. And also a lot of people were like, I'm not voting for a woman.
Which we got another woman and she's assistant.
And that is officially changed. Now things are different. Now people are seeing that shit. They're seeing the fake assassination. I don't want to say it's fake.
I mean,
I don't want to say it's fake. I don't want to say it's fake, but just look at, I'm going to tell y'all, do your own research. Go on Google. Look up actual fucking snipers sniping. They get one of them, because that's how they train. They get them heads that are like actual like anatomy of it. It's not an actual head. But they shoot at them. And they're shooting and clipping the ear, and the whole ear is being ripped off.
Oh, yeah.
First of all,
you don't even have to hit the ear.
Yeah. He said the velocity speed alone, with him being that age, at least skin is ripping off. Yeah. At least skin, at least cartilage is being lost.
Yeah.
And you need to tell me it was just this, and then he went golfing the next day? No.
Well, that's because he is a superior specimen.
Oh, well, he's a yeah.
He's been taking his horse tranquilizers and all of the things.
I can see there being violence at the polls, sadly. You know why there would be violence at the polls? Because them niggas know. They're scared to death. Their whole entire plan was to go at Biden being old. Now what are they going to do? They had nothing compared for Kamala, and now they're saying, oh, well, your nigga's too old now.
I mean, if history has unfortunately shown anything, it is that women, especially minority women,
black women,
get shafted by society more than virtually anybody else.
This is true, but
I
don't see it this time.
Real. Hillary was well overqualified compared to...
Oh, no, he was. She was.
And to get there, you're going to have... I mean, let me put it this way. I am worried because I didn't think he should have won the first fucking time.
I'm not worried as much.
It didn't make any sense.
I'm not worried that much because, like I said, a lot... To me, to still be scared would be to ignore what has happened within the 8 years. And I just can't do that. I can't speak for other people.
That just makes me more scared.
I
can't. It's going to get worse.
But that's why. That's why I don't think he is. First of all, let's just be clear. The poll numbers so far does not reflect what you're saying. At all. Like, fuck the bullshit. Like, fuck how we feel. But, hey, the numbers are not lying.
Early on, Hillary was not.
I don't think she was like that. Not the way Kamala is. If anything, because like I said, People are reading Project 2025. And they're not liking it. The shit that they're trying to do in there, holy shit. It's the number one most looked up thing on Google. It's Project 2025. Holy shit. These people are open about this. Yeah, abortion's illegal across the board. Oh, we're not doing elections anymore. We're just going to get that out of here. Oh, we're taking apart the Department of Education.
Well,
oh, shit. We are removing anything having to do with minority anything from schools.
well,
We're removing it all.
because eventually that's how you remove the minority.
Yeah, and then we're going to ban the religion of Muslim. We're banning it. What the fuck? So, what they're trying to do is ruin actual things that have built this country. That have made the country what it is.
I mean, they've already started.
And they're like, yo, we're getting rid of that. And we're going to do it this way. Do you know how many people don't like that? They're like, wait a minute. First of all, every military dude is like, I did not almost die in war for this. Oh, that's another thing. They're taking away veterans' money. And they're taking away Social Security. Yeah. And they're taking away EBT.
But you guarantee they're going to increase taxes.
So, don't vote all you want.
Believe me,
And no. And if you are scared, you should be. And what a reason for you to go out there and vote. What a better reason. If you really are that scared. I watched the news. Them niggas on Fox News, they are frantic. They were not expecting Kamala. They thought that nigga was going to stick in. And that's why they did it. I almost think they did it on purpose.
No, they did it. They did it on purpose. Even Obama was saying, like, no, you need, like, there is no confidence right now in Biden, and he hasn't done a great job of building that over the past years. He has to step down. Like, there's only one way this moves forward.
I don't think it's the past years, because that's another thing. If you look at what he has done so much.
No, I'm saying
that nobody has talked about.
No, I'm saying he hasn't built confidence in people. So the thing around it is that he's getting older. People don't like that. That's the current narrative.
That's the only thing I will give him.
I want to say he's doing a bad job.
That's the only thing I will give him.
He's not building confidence in terms of, like, yeah, I mean, the things you're doing, people are like, well, you're getting older, you're like, well, we're falling asleep. Like, that's the current narrative. And that's going to be hard for you to win an election doing and saying, well, what's going to happen in the next 4 years?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I get it. I'm not saying he's doing a bad job.
That's understandable.
Which is why Kamala has a good chance, because it's like, well, your party has been doing solid as far as the economy and everything moving forward.
Okay. I'm with you 100%.
I mean, I'll keep it real with you. I'm over to Kamala's side.
Of course.
I hope to hell Trump doesn't win. But, like I said, I didn't think he should have won the first time. I thought that motherfucker was full of shit. And he had enough information come out about him being a piece of shit that what ended up happening was not a surprise. However, that motherfucker still got into office even without getting the most votes. So, I still have to say, it's any given Sunday.
I don't think that Biden has lost one follower. I mean, anyone who voted for Biden, bringing in Kamala, I don't see how he lost. She lost people. If anything, she gained more.
What? Biden is still an old white man.
No, what I'm talking
there
about
are
is
still people who will vote for an old white man long before they will vote for a woman.
Well, they can't
or
now.
A minority.
Well, they can't now. Well, they can't now. No.
Trump is an old white man.
No. What you're thinking is old white man. You can't think old white man here. That is a dictator. That is a dictator. He's openly saying, yeah, I'm doing a dictatorship.
Dictators have gotten elected before.
Well, it doesn't happen in the United States. And that's what I'm telling you.
He is
literally not a dictator. He has not been a dictator. If he wins again, he will be a dictator. Because he's getting rid of elections. if that doesn't scream dictator, I don't know what does.
I mean, he does. I still don't believe he has the power to get rid of actual.
He literally can.
His group.
He literally can.
It has to go through more channels.
No, it doesn't, because the courts just said he can do whatever he wants if it's a president's rule. That fucked a lot of shit up. That was something he did not have before.
I thought the president was allowed to have that much power, which is why.
But that's why. That's why they're like,
breaks multiple branches of government if you take out voting.
Exactly. That's what they're saying. That's why I'm telling you. Yes, it's all bad. Yes, this man is telling you to your face. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, see, that's what Dan the Man said is what I thought he said. There will never have to be voting again.
Well, yeah, you know why?
Because
he's getting rid of it. Read Project 2025. It's right there. These people are so confident. They're putting it right there for you. It's out there. Yes, nigga, this is what we're going to do. What are you going to do about it? You know why they're doing that? Because Trump is stupid enough to do it. He is stupid enough to just do it. That's why they're going for Trump. Basically what happened is, they're like, yo, Trump, you did a horrible job when you were the president. But that's because you didn't have nobody guiding you. So, let us help you with everything. And you just do what we say, and we'll make you the best one in the world. First thing you need to do, get rid of elections. Because we can't allow our Christian values to be challenged.
Well, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Why would we let them do that? Saw Deadpool last night, and it was great. Cedric just pulled. So I saw Deadpool last night, it was great. It was. Wow, it's later than I thought it was. Okay, let's end it off. What do we think we're going to see? Here's what I think. I think we're going to get the first official look at what the Fantastic Four will look like in their costumes.
What? Just pictures, or do you think we're going to get a trailer?
They literally just started filming.
They literally just started filming.
So we have nothing, but you know they always do like advanced drawings showing.
Yeah. So concept art versus pictures of them. You think?
Yes, I think that some of the people will be there. I don't know if all 4 of them will be there, but I'm thinking they will be there.
I mean, you have to have Pedro.
We're getting. I do know a little bit.
Because Pedro, are they doing another Mandalorian season? Do you know?
Yes, they're doing the movie.
They're doing the movie. I didn't know if they're doing a full season though.
I don't think so. I don't think they're doing the season anymore. I think they're doing the movie.
Pedro, if anybody's going to be there, because he has 2 projects with Disney.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's under the Disney paycheck.
Yeah.
He's under the Disney paycheck. Sad time for the country, but I'm glad I got Marvel on my geek shit. I don't think it's as sad as you think it's going to be. Biden's still the president. Let's be clear. And Kamala, if you look at the numbers, she's killing it. People have jumped in line. They said the Democratic table have never been more together on this. They've never been everybody like, yeah, we're rolling. Everybody is like, yes, we are rolling with her. Well, we're rolling.
My fingers are crossed, and
even a lot of Republicans are like, and you know who else is going to vote for Kamala? Never Trumpers. There are people who don't even want to vote for a woman, who don't even like black people, but will vote for them over Trump. Veterans? Yeah. Oh shit, I don't want to lose the money that has been keeping me alive. I would like to keep that.
Did Trump take the nomination yet?
Yeah.
He got the nomination,
yeah.
Right? Okay.
And have you seen his vice president?
No, I haven't.
Even the Republicans don't like this nigga. He's a joke. And Trump has never even said anything about him. The other Republicans are like, yeah, he's our vice president. He's a fucking idiot. First of all, his campaign starts literally with, do you hate Mexicans?
Oh, I seen that.
Are you a racist? Nigga!
I've seen that.
This is who you want running the country.
You know, it's still weird when you still see the Mexicans for Trump video.
It's so weird to me.
It's weird, but they be out there.
Shout out to Amber Rose for getting the bag.
What she do?
Oh, you don't know? No. Oh, she's been advocating for Trump hardcore.
Oh, really?
She came out and introduced herself at one of his rallies. And she's doing rap videos about Trump. People thought that was bullshit. I was like, I don't think it's bullshit. She obviously got paid. That's a bag.
And don't she not identify as being black anyway? I swear I saw some reality TV show.
It was on the show.
Like the school one.
Yeah,
right?
the school one.
They were in the classroom or some shit.
Well, she doesn't want to be identified as a black person, even though she has black
in front of the law.
She doesn't want to be identified as a black person, even though she is mixed, and that's fine. You can identify as whatever you want, but you do have black in you. And you that's what it is. You have black in you. She doesn't like being referred to as a black person, but someone made a good point. Everything we know about you is from black culture. Everything. You've dated black rappers. You were on BET shows.
We could delete it.
Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's funny how she doesn't want to claim her blackness, yet she doesn't have no problem taking advantage of it.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but no one want to be a nigga.
That line is older than my children. And it's one of the greatest lines ever created.
Yep.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. There's countries who are straight up stealing or crip walking, all that shit.
Every bit of it.
If we fly there, guess what's happening?
Oh, yeah. Get your black ass. You ain't Snoop. Get your black ass.
Hey, yo, shout out to Snoop crip walking with the torch. West Coast, this is our year, man. I'm sorry.
That was what, bro.
West Coast, we are here.
I literally heard him talking to the house. It was like, I was like, the Olympics are on, right? And I was like, oh yeah, we watched the Olympics. Had already turned on, and it was like, oh yeah, da da da. I was like, is that Snoop Dogg? What are you watching, child? It was like, still watching the Olympics.
Just watching the Olympics.
Snoop Olympics, bro.
Yes,
everywhere.
And he's gonna be commentating.
And Perry.
They're gonna get so
because him and Kevin Hart did that commentary.
Yeah, they're doing the commentaries on it. They're gonna bring more people in it.
It was really good.
It's really, really good. But anyways, back to that. I think we get Fantastic Four. I think we get the official X-Men movie announcement. Okay. I don't think that they're gonna reveal who's directing it or who's starring in it. I think remember when they did that with Fantastic Four? Like, yes, we're doing a Fantastic Four movie. I think they're gonna do that with X-Men. They're gonna say, yes, we're doing an X-Men movie. Probably be the last thing. I think we get a Blade update.
I think right now they're just going to leave Blade sitting, personally.
No, I think they're going to get to it. Especially now.
I think.
Now, after the movie, with the Deadpool 3.
I feel like they might pivot to the
more.
Midnight Suns idea.
I mean,
we get a Midnight Suns announcement instead of a Blade.
I said straight off rip, they should just jump straight into Midnight Suns.
No, I agree with you, especially after seeing Blade. I think that kind of cements a little more. And one of the better parts about Midnight Suns is you don't have to reboot Blade right away, because you could even potentially bring Wesley into a Midnight Suns, and because he's not the title character, so you don't have to do as much with him. But you still get the cool Blade, and I think you can still rebuild on the idea of a Blade franchise, because they've gone through scripts, they've gone through directors. Mm-hmm. You're obviously not. It's not coming anytime soon. Mm-hmm. But the Midnight Suns idea, I think, is still. It's still there. It's still present. It's still good.
I say just go straight to Midnight Suns. Yeah. Just go straight to Midnight Suns. Introduce it by bringing back Wanda, or work with Agatha. We can do this.
Yeah, Agatha is a good. I think Agatha is a good flex for a villain.
I don't think she should be a villain.
You think she should be on the good side?
Yeah. I think that she should be a good person. Now, because people like Agatha. However, they could make her the new Loki.
And that's why I think, make her a villain.
Okay.
And then have her doing things hey, look, bro, I'm still, it's still my world. Mm. I still have to do some saving or whatever, so she'd be that reluctant team up as well.
I like it.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I like her as a villain, just because she did such a good job on WandaVision, that I think taking her away from that is hurting what she's already accomplished and started.
I can agree with that. But I think we both agree that we should just go straight to Midnight Suns.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of people are like, no, that's bullshit. I want to Blade movie first. Look at what they did with Black Panther. I said, yeah, look at what they did with Black Panther. They debuted him in Civil War. Mm-hmm. Yep. And stop me if I'm wrong. I don't see how that was a bad thing. I don't think that affected his movie. If anything, that lit a fire on everyone's belly to go see it.
Absolutely.
So once again, I don't see the problem here. We introduce him, introduce Ghost Rider. We already know who Blade and Ghost Rider are. You don't really need an introduction. Throw in either Doctor Strange or Wanda. What a way Agatha's show ends with her being uber powerful. We need someone who can defeat her. Oh, there's this bitch. Get Wong.
Get Wong.
Get Wong.
Well, Wong has to be.
Well, Wong has to be there.
I think we need. I think one of the things that She-Hulk showed was that Wong could be a bridge character.
I agree.
For a lot of people.
I agree.
Because he popped up in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
He was in Doctor Strange, of course. Where, normally would be. He's supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme still.
He still is. And that was bold. Oh, by the way, Dan the Man, yes, the Russos will be there, and they're going to announce them for the next Avengers films. A lot of people were mad about that.
Because they came back.
I'm like, why not?
I mean, what is the Russos been doing since Endgame?
Putting out a bunch of shit that's not doing fantastic.
And what do people like to get when they work hard?
Once again, I'm failing to see what the problem is. I'm failing. If someone can explain it to me, and no one has been able to do so, I'm failing to see how this is a bad thing. Here's the deal. Marvel cannot fuck up anymore. They can't. They can't. We cannot fuck up anymore. We can't. So, what's wrong with going with the sure thing?
Go with experience. Go with what you know.
Go with what you know. What's wrong with that?
I mean, it's just like, and Marvel's been doing this for a lot of years. Like, hey, we're having a lot of problems with this really big franchise right now. Mm-hmm. You know, Marvel gets on the phone, and this is in the book side. Mm-hmm. They get on the phone and they call Hickman. Mm-hmm. And Hickman comes in and fixes it. Yep. Reboots it in a way that people are like, oh yeah, you put that Hickman flair on it real quick. Yeah. That's what they're looking to do with the Russo.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, like if you have a toilet that gets backed up and you've called 6 plumbers, but only one of them fixed it, you gonna call those other 5 every single time you need your plumbing fixed? No, you can go back and you can call the motherfucker to fix this.
This is true.
Like, why not?
And we can end it on this. James Gunn revealed the official DC Studios logo. It's the old school DC, the bullet one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that. That's the. I'm like, okay.
It looks good.
I like it. I hate it when DC changed the logo. I thought it looked stupid. They changed it a bunch of times. I'm like, why not go with that one? That to me is the DC logo. You know what I've been saying though? I said, why does this feel like it doesn't feel like the DC universe to me. It feels like the James Gunn universe.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing since Nolan.
But they're calling Marcus and McFeel. I don't see why not. They were the original writers.
I feel like that is the one thing that separated DC from Marvel over the years. Is that you started with the Nolanverse, then you moved into the Snyderverse, and now we're going to move into the Gunverse. Where I don't feel like DC has the same investment.
Where does the Reeves verse fit in? Where does the Joker verse fit in?
I don't think I think after this next movie you can consider Jokerverse, but
he's in his own universe.
Well, I'm saying these are universes. I'm just saying in terms of like the direction.
Uh-huh.
So you had these like people looked at that Batman era as the Nolanverse. People looked at the Snyder era as the Snyderverse, and I think because those are some of their like biggest attempts, that's what DC has been doing. Because DC has never invested in a full Feige. You know what I mean? And Feige said, "Look, let's bring everything we have together, and just let me take control, and we could do something very cool." And Disney was on board. Where I feel like DC's been operating under the, "Hey, look." We need to do something like they're doing, or we need to build our own universe, but we're just going to hand it over to this person. Like, we're not going to have somebody on the DC side managing it all, saying, hey, look, this is what you need to do. Like, you need to stick with this idea that there's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know, they've been leaving that up to the Snyders, the Nolans, to manage that. Instead of saying, hey, look, maybe something you're doing isn't representative of what we want for the character. So there's no keeping the tradition where Feige's been like, look, this is the character. Right. Regardless of where you put him, the character still needs to be this way.
Well, the reason why I'm feeling it's the Gunn universe is that he's literally writing the first 3 things for DC.
But that's what I'm saying. I totally agree with you.
He's writing the first 3 things. So, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I wish that he would have let more people cook in the beginning instead of it all just being him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, that's just me. And I'm not saying that this has anything to do with the quality. It's just, it does sound like one voice. And being an MCU fan as long as I have, I'm told that's a bad thing. Well, all the movies are the same. Let's talk formulas. You want to talk formula? Let's talk formulas. With James Gunn doing all this shit.
Yeah.
DC and WB have been trying to repair the plane while the plane is in the air. Ooh, that's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, well, because and that's the problem is you still have a whole film studio that has to get paid.
Yeah.
And James Gunn needs to work with what he's confident doing.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he has a very short timeline to get started.
Yeah.
Because not long after these 3 movies going to go, you're going to have to start releasing more movies in different areas to start building whatever universe that you want to do.
And I feel
shows are going to have to come down. Like
I feel like he wants to write it all. I feel like he also wants to do the Brave and the Bold movie.
Which, don't get me wrong, I could totally understand because it's like, hey, look,
I disagree.
I'm not saying I'm not talking about agreeing and saying it's a good idea.
Okay.
I'm saying I can understand from the precipice of nothing good has come out of this. This needs to reflect well, and we need to build money. But at the same time, like everything that he's done for both the things that he's done for DC have been received well. All 3 Guardians movies were received well. What he's done in comic books,
you're right,
have been solid.
You're right.
So it's like, hey, look. If we need to bring this out of the gutter, we need to bring enough money in so that way we can start to operate. We can pay these big directors. We can get bigger actors. We can do all this since we're in the red already, potentially in the black.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be sure what's coming out of the studio is solid.
Numbers came out. HBO Max.
I mean, I get that. It's kind of like, for example, you know, hey, look.
The HBO Max numbers are...
You're an accountant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you had to go and audit 3 different places, right? But your job is relying on all 3 of those places being successfully audited, what is the likeliness you're going to go audit all 3 versus you hiring somebody somebody else to do that, especially if your job's on one. Like, and you got a lot of control right now.
You're
like, think about getting that you president of this shit. You the man right now. You're in charge. They say, hey, look, we're going to hand you the keys.
Is this the DC universe or is this the gun universe with DC characters?
Absolutely the gun universe. I'm not disagreeing with you. I want to be clear.
Okay,
I'm not disagreeing.
That is all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is I get his standpoint on it. The idea of like, hey, look, I need to turn out good projects so this universe has a good start. So it'd be easier, like as I said, like I like writing the shit. Let me build the foundation, and then maybe we could branch out from there.
So far, it hasn't failed. Like you said, everything he's touched on the DC side has been the best thing. So,
did you ever watch Brightburn?
I finally watched Brightburn. Okay.
All right. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can't tell me he didn't do Superman better than Superman was done by Snyder. That was solid, right?
I had to give it to him. I was like, okay.
And you even saw little Easter eggs and everything.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see how you're cooking. That movie did not end the way I thought it would end.
Right?
That was a shocker.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's just how we're ending it.
I mean, because the best part, the point is like,
can we just say it? It's an old movie.
Yeah, it's old.
The movie ends with him just killing everybody and becoming a supervillain.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is.
Basically, let's be real. If you've ever seen the Injustice League, that's that nigga.
Yeah,
that's his origin story.
And
they also announced basically like, there's like an evil, there's an evil Wonder Woman and an evil Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing is like, oh no, this shit is going to shit.
Like that was the greatest origin of the crime syndicate.
Right? That's basically what it was.
That's absolutely the crime syndicate.
Yeah.
That was absolutely the crime syndicate.
Because at that point, you're like, well, how can Superman be evil? And you see this, and you're like, that is exactly how Superman
would be evil. Come on, the smoke clears, he's an alien. And how many movies have we watched where aliens were sent to Earth to take over?
Yeah. And even if you're not sent to Earth to take over, like, there is also the whole human condition of, survival of the fittest, nigga, and I'm way more fit than all you other little fucking peon niggas. The fact that you aren't bowing to me,
but that is invincible. You're right, though. You're right. But what I liked about this version was he had a purpose for being sent there. And even though the parents were trying to get him to the good side, it didn't matter. That alien shit was like, nah, nigga. Nah, nigga. This is what you are right now.
This is who I am, not who you want me to be.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I liked how they let that cook instead of saying the power of love defeats. Oh, nah, nigga, this nigga is.
They think this thing is through time and space. You think it's gonna be a couple of hugs that's gonna change his cat?
Oh shit!
No,
but no, 100%, and that's what I liked about it, because that's kind of how it was with Invincible. Was that, bro? Like, this is what you're supposed to be, but you have free will to decide not to do that.
Well, and he's also half human, so it's like you are also invested. You have that investment in Earth. Your mom's a human. You got people here. This nigga full alien.
Yeah.
Like you said, you full whatever the hell you is.
Yeah.
You ain't human at all.
Yeah. I like that movie a lot.
She was good, right? She was good.
Yeah, so good. But that should end our show. I feel like we're getting the Nova reveal. I feel like we're gonna find out Nova. They are doing Dick Rider apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Older Dick Rider, or you think they're gonna go younger?
I don't know. It needs to be older Dick Rider because we still need Sam. We still need Sam. The Latino side needs to be there.
Well, you think they're gonna make Dick Rider Latino? Ricardo Rider?
You might have done something there. Ricardo Rider?
Ricardo Rider, same dude.
Ricardo Rider?
Ricardo Rider.
I mean, they just did
Ricardo
Ramirez. Ricardo Ramirez. Reed Richards. Ricardo Ramirez. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would not be mad at that. Why the fuck not?
Give you both.
Dick Rider is not linked to a white dude.
Nope. His race has nothing to do with who he is.
I'm fucking with that actually. Latino Dick Rider. I like it.
You just switch. You just take the ideas and combine them.
Ryan Gosling for Dick Rider. That would be great too.
He's not Mexican enough.
He has a Mexican wife though.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
True.
She fun as hell.
She gonna play it?
Huh?
Ricardo.
Rita.
Hey, Rita Rider.
Hey. I like that. I like that.
It would be even better to have Ryan play her husband in the movie and not be a superhero.
Ah, shit. Rita Rider is great.
Rita Rider.
That actually sounds like a superhero now. I might have to steal that.
Rita Rider. That's a good one.
Anyways, that's our show. I'm going to be doing a space later on today. And if Toast is available, you can join in too. And MTF,
I'll try to join it.
Let's join in and we'll talk about the announcements live. And
so you're starting it at 6?
I'm still like a little bit before 6. Probably like 5:55, 5:50. Dan, join in if you can. MTF, I know you'll be there. I want to thank y'all for watching.
Thank you for tuning in. This boy from the Toast with the mostest.
Tass, old nerdy bastard. See y'all tonight. Peace.